Welcome back, everybody. This is the Critical Ops Circuit Season 5. This is the Grand Finals for main tournament number 1. Very excited to be here. My name is Cool Mark, joined by my co-host Warren, and there's going to be some exciting games today. I mean, there's only one best of three today, Warren, so it's going to be action-packed. We obviously saw all of these teams play last week, and we'll see play again today, the victors of the semifinals from last week. So Warren, why don't we walk everyone through, how the tournament actually works? How do we get here to this situation, and what can we expect to see later today?
All right. Many of y'all are familiar with the Critical Ops Circuit tournament format. We are today in the finals of main tournament number 1. Many teams play in a qualifier twice per season. The top 16 teams from that qualifier advance to a main tournament. There are 2 main tournaments, and placing well in the main tournaments earns you qualifier points to participate in the invitation-only final tournament. So today, we are in the finals of main tournament number 1, and let's check out the top 16 teams that made it into this main tournament.
Yeah, so a variety of teams, obviously the ones you'll see today, Elevate, as well as Invertus, Miracle, Violence, Sentinels, Spike's Fan Club, No Regrets, Sui Generis, Underestimated, Revenge, Elite Armada, Dynamic Gaming, Seminole Monkey 7, Moa, and Xenocide. And the 2 teams that we'll be seeing today, well, we can take a look at the bracket and see how we ended up getting here at the end of the day. It is going to be the 2 teams that we saw victories from last week, Elevate as well as Dynamic Gaming. Elevate had a 2-0 victory over S-Gen, and Dynamic Gaming had that reverse sweep over Xenocide, losing that first map and taking the next 2 that we did see on the maps of Plaza as well. So it was a very, it was very interesting set of games last week. If you're talking about the Dynamic Gaming versus Xenocide one, right? Dynamic Gaming, they picked Plaza, but Xenocide won that 13-12. It was very, very close after a very nice comeback from Dynamic Gaming. Then Xenocide picked Grounded, and Dynamic Gaming won that another one, 13-12, pretty close, right? Over that of Xenocide, and the last game was Dynamic Gaming's victory, 13-8 over that of Xenocide. So that's why we see Dynamic Gaming here today. And then for Elevate, we saw them have 2 very convincing games, a 13-6 victory on Port and a 13-11 victory on Plaza. So interesting to see the teams that will be facing out today, right? And the also maps that we'll be seeing later today. But Warren, why don't you walk us through the prize pools that these teams could be winning?
Oh, we got big prizes. In the tournament. Let's wait for the old slide to switch. And here we go. Looking at a first place prize for this main tournament of $500 cash, as well as 5,000 credits, 20 event cases, and 20 premium cases. Second place today, $250 cash, 3,000 credits, 15 event cases, and 15 premium cases, as well as qualifier points to move towards the final tournament. The final tournament of the season will have a first prize of $2,000, as well as a unique circuit champion skin, 5,000 credits, 20 event and premium cases, followed up by lesser cash prizes of $800, $500, and $200 for second, third, and fourth place, as well as credits, event, and premium cases for those teams. And let's look at the skin, my favorite circuit champion skin that we have ever produced.
Yeah, I think the M4 with the silencer obviously adds a little bit of zest to it, but also the shininess, right? That gold accent as well as the white accents and the reflections from the black, right? It's a nice combination of everything. So we love to see that, and it's a nice skin that only the victors will be able to see after Season 5 commences, right? We have all 4 regions: Asia, South America, North America, as well as Europe, and the victors of each of those regions will be able to get this Season 5 champion reward, right? So it's very nice, and the 2 teams that are facing down today, well, if they win, regardless if they win or lose, they'll still have a good points going into the final tournament, right? There's only 2 main tournaments like we discussed. So it does matter a lot on which teams win and which teams lose, because if you win one of the main tournaments, that sets you up for huge success, at least qualification-wise, for the final tournament going into Season 5. So because of these shorter timelines, right, we've seen seasons in the past where there's 3 main tournaments. Recently, it's been more so on 2 main tournaments, so we'll kind of work with that. But Dynamic Gaming versus Elevate, right? Last week, we saw Dynamic Gaming's closer matchups in their match versus Xenocide. Elevate had a pretty easy 2-0 victory versus S-Gen. So let's take a look at the rosters here First, taking a look at Dynamic Gaming, they have a pretty solid lineup, right? I mean, they don't have as much achievements as, or as many achievements as Elevate do, but they did place fourth in the season for North America Finals, as well as the quarterfinals for the Embers of Victory Season 1. These maps are not yet updated from last week, but regardless, you can see 12 and 19 as far as their maps won to loss. So based off of their record, they actually should be doing worse. They're actually doing quite well right now if they're in the grand finals of the main tournament number 1 here for season 5. So you can see here, Tycee, Clone, Juice, Andrew, Max, Ariat, Lankin, and Rich, the players that we saw last week. Clone, Juice, Andrew, and Max, as well as Tycee. Tycee actually had a very, very good few games. The last 2 games were top fragged by Tycee and Clone, obviously with that banger of a 38 kill game on the first map, even though they weren't able to take that victory. So I think those are the 2 players we'll have to see here. Obviously the top 2 rated players here for Dynamic Gaming. But Warren, why don't we take a look at the star-studded Elevate roster?
As you said, Mark, it is a star-studded roster for Elevate. You recognize a lot of these names. I'm Chris, Pretzels, Hoodie, Isaac, Kulo, Noi, Impact, and Ruben, all with very high ratings. At the top of the tippy top is Chris, Pretzels, and Hoodie, 141, 136, and 133. But really just bringing a lot of firepower and a lot of experience to this game. 48 maps won, 32 maps lost. Elevate's a name that we've seen in the finals often, winning the finals plenty of times over the years. And now let's check out, I think we've got picks and bans queued up. We're going to see what maps we'll be playing on for this best of 3 in the final of main tournament number 1. Yeah, Village is out.
Dynamic Gaming, yeah, they get rid of Village. That one's interesting. I know we've seen it quite a bit before, but Warren, no Village right now. And then Elevate also get rid of Dynamic Gaming's win that they had last week, right? They get rid of Bureau.
Legacy for the first pick. Dig picks Legacy. Very interesting. Common map, but...
Yeah, not as common as we've seen. Yeah, Legacy and Raid. Okay, awesome. These are 2 maps we haven't seen since, we didn't see them last week, right? Those are the semifinal maps. So across the 5 maps that were played, at least that we casted, we did not see neither Legacy nor Raid. We won't be seeing Canals. We did see Grounded last time, but we won't be seeing Grounded this time. So you can see here, Elevate are banning essentially all the maps that Dynamic Gaming played. Soar is gone, so we're not seeing Soar. And then Plaza as well. So interesting map choices. Legacy, Raid, then Port. We did see Port last week, but it wasn't necessarily in favor of Dynamic Gaming. I don't believe it was actually for Elevate, and they won that map like we talked about last time. They won in a pretty convincing manner versus S-Gen 13-6. So Elevate playing into their map picks here. Warren, this is pretty spicy. Legacy and Raid are 2 blind picks currently, given that this season so far we haven't seen either of those maps in the semifinals. And so, at least as far as the audience knows, it's pretty blind right now. But Dynamic Gaming, obviously, if they've picked Legacy, I'm assuming, let's talk about just Legacy first, right? They're probably going to be starting on the Coalition side, but we know it's a map that is heavily Coalition sided, and you need at least 8 to 9 rounds to get anything done there. If you let the Breach side get any more than, I would say, 4 rounds, it's probably toast. It's very tough to come back from a 4-round Breach side half and then they switch over. So you have to get a lot of rounds stacked up on the Coalition side for Legacy, and then even Raid, right? Raid is a map that we've cast before. I would say Raid is more even. Wouldn't you say so, Warren?
Raid definitely more even, a bit breach-sided, but certainly compared to Legacy, much more even. Although I gotta mention, last time you and I cast Legacy together, we did see more breach-sided round wins than we'd ever seen before from both teams.
This is true. So maybe that the tendency of the Coalition side, or for Legacy to be very Coalition-sided, is kind of going wrong. Either way, and maybe that's shifting a little bit. Elevate, they are playing into their strengths, right? They've banned every single map that Dynamic Gaming played, and so all these maps are new maps for Dynamic Gaming as far as last week goes. So Dynamic Gaming, right, maybe this was picked in advance, but regardless, Elevate have a little more of an advantage as they take out Dynamic Gaming strong picks, and Dynamic Gaming similarly as well. I mean, they took out some of the picks that Elevate had, right? They took out Grounded as well. So it's not like Dynamic Gaming didn't play into Elevate's weaknesses either. It's interesting. I think these map picks and bans show that these teams are trying to play into their opponents' weaknesses instead of playing to their strengths. And that's something that, each of these teams has to, bear with once these maps start. But Legacy will be our first matchup, and I think that'll be very exciting for us, as we haven't really. It's not a map we get to cast that often, right? It's something that it comes every once in a while, and I think the games can be pretty fun on Legacy. And then, as we move on to Raid, that's always a fun map. Warren and I really enjoy casting Raid, and one we haven't seen, I don't think very often ever, is Soar. But I do want to see Soar, if we can, a little bit more often. Either way, I think it's going to be very fun. And on Elevate's side, right, we've seen so many good and talented plays, right? They have Isaac, they have Impact as well. And so we need to see them kind of meld together as a team. But they've done that. They've done it for quite a few games and quite a few seasons as well. So let's take a look at the actual Critical Ops circuit, and how maybe you can sign up if you wanted to. And there's a large prize pool there of $20,000 combined prize pool for the entire circuit here this season. Signups are open now if you want to participate. Maybe next time around, next main tournament, we'll see you here in the in the broadcast. Maybe you'll be playing it yourself, and so we'll be able to commentate you. So if you want to, go sign up for it. Instructions are in the Discord, I believe. You can look at the links down in the description. And also want to give a quick shout out to these sponsors, right? Critical Force, Compact Esports, Mobile Esports, and Zuvi, who, as you have seen if you have came to one of the past streams, they run this top clip contest, right? So you can download Zuvi via that QR code or the link on the screen, onelink.to/Zuvi. And if you're in the circuit, right, you can upload your top clip from the circuit using hashtag Critical Ops Circuit. If you're a casual, you can use the top casual gameplay with hashtag Critical Ops Casual for a chance to win $200 and $130 respectively. So, Warren, I think these teams might be getting ready soon as we start getting into hopefully the game and hopefully the knife round. Then we can kind of see the snips on each side. But yeah, I'm excited for Legacy. I think it'll be fun. And, if you haven't already, you can also watch the other regions' games, right? We've seen a lot of other, we've seen EU, we've seen Asia, we've seen South America as well. So North America, kind of the last bit of the circuit every single week. So obviously, if you're a fan of these other regions, I'm sure you've seen them already. They've had their grand finals already. But Warren, what's getting you excited for Legacy?
I just hope we have another. I just remember Dynamic Gaming had such an exciting best of 3 series last week. Such close games. I'd love to see more of that. I know Elevate is a powerhouse, but Dynamic Gaming beat a powerhouse last week, and I'd love to see them play close, maybe even beat a powerhouse again this week. I just really hope for those 13-12s. And I think on Legacy we have a good chance of seeing a very close game just because the map is so very coalition-sided. And I can't wait to see what happens on Raid. Raid has never not been exciting the very few times we've been able to see it in competitive play. So whatever happens is going to be fun in the second game.
Yeah, Raid will be very fun. Legacy, honestly, I think it's going to be a map of comebacks, right? So I think it's going to be maybe a little bit more one-sided on each side, and then the other team will also come back. So that's how it's going to end up being a close game. I'm not sure if it's going to be 6-6 at the half. It might be more like a 3-9 or a 4-8. But I'm still curious to see because I think both of these teams come armed and ready. And DYG obviously picking this one. We'll see. But Warren, who do you have winning this map number 1 on the map of Legacy?
Map number 1, I believe Dynamic Gaming chose it, which is an interesting pick, but I've still got to give it to Elevate. I've got to give it to Elevate. It's one of the most classic maps in the game and one of the most experienced teams in competitive.
Yeah, I honestly have to say so too. I think Elevate are going to win this one. It is Dynamic Gaming's pick, and maybe we're riding a little bit on the back wave of Elevate's 2-0, right? But Dynamic Gaming, they're strong, they're resilient. They could definitely prove us wrong, and maybe it's Caster's curse. Maybe Dynamic Gaming storm the gates and destroy Elevate on Legacy. I don't think that's likely, just given the history of Elevate and how they're able to, maintain strong leads going into each game. But Dynamic Gaming, right? They've played that best of 3, and they did play all 3 games. And so they've had to go through maybe a little bit longer of a series, which maybe trains them mentally a little bit more, right? By game 3, both of these teams are tired. Maybe strats go out the window just a little bit. And so I'm curious to see if Dynamic Gaming have that mental fortitude and maybe some, interesting strats up their sleeves. Obviously, I know this is a while back, but with Subway gone, right, that, kind of removes a little part of the map. So it seems that with Legacy being a little bit smaller, maybe they're going to be pushed into some more basic defaults within every round. Or I think utility is going to be very important, right? Whether they attack that A site or the B site, going through mid, going through glass, going through, museum, wherever they want to go. It's going to be a lot of utility necessary, just because these are choke points, classic choke points with snipers and lots of AKs and things like that, just sitting there waiting usually on the coalition side. So regardless of where they start, I think Dynamic Gaming have an uphill challenge ahead of them. But Elevate will be seeing how these two teams kind of roll off and rumble together. But Village, I know it's a map that we've kind of talked about a lot in the past, and obviously it was banned this time. The first map banned, Dynamic Gaming said we don't want any of this new map shenanigans in our grand final. But Warren, do you think we're going to be seeing Village any bit more? Because according to our stats from last time, right, seeing at Season 4, Village was the least played map as far as I remember. And, I mean, it makes sense, right? It's the newest map. People don't really want to play a map that's brand new to them. But SOAR was also not very well played. And Legacy as well. Only 5.9% of maps in Season 4 were from Legacy. So I think that's kind of interesting. And we'll see here what, if it continues to be like that, or if Legacy continues to get played a little bit more. The most popular maps actually were really not played that often. Grounded, Plaza, and Bureau are all banned here in this best of 3. So we're playing, less popular maps. And Raid is the most popular map that's being played. It was played 14% of the time in Season 4, and Legacy was played 5.9% of the time in Season 4. Port was 9.4% of the time. So maps that we haven't seen as often. I think what's also interesting is Canals. I feel like it's a very EU map. Like, we don't see it in NA very often. I like casting Canals when we do get to cast it, but usually, we are subjected to Plaza, Grounded, and Bureau. And I'm hoping that these teams get a little more variety, but also, makes sense to play into their strong suit.
I think so. To answer your earlier question, I think that we will see a lot more Village in future seasons. SOAR is a new map that we saw very little of, but compared to the release of SOAR, SOAR had some significant weaknesses, mostly just around bugs. The map was released with a bit more bugs than would be convenient, and some possible wall bangs that were a little bit unbelievable if you knew them, could make the map very difficult to play, as well as being quite coalition-sided. Village, on the other hand, is one of the, in my opinion, few breach-sided maps that we have. It's also a very fun map. It doesn't have really any bugs to speak of. There's just, you might ban it because if you don't have experience and someone else might, it's not a good map to play on right now, but I think it's ready for the competitive map pool, and I think we will see it a lot more often in future circuit seasons.
I hope so too. And actually something interesting I want to pull up from the statistics. So if you guys are interested in looking up some more stats, Mobile Esports has been really generous enough to compile a lot of statistics for everyone to see, right? And so we're looking at these stats as well, so we can get a better understanding of the game and how the meta shifts as things go on. And they have an interesting stat from Circuit Season 3, Circuit Season 4, and Embers of Victory Season 2. And it's about the actual score lines of the game. So the most popular score line, the one that happens the most often in all these competitive games, is 13-10. That is followed by 13-6, right? So these games are, usually pretty close, I would say. And the least popular score, the least frequently happen score, obviously 13-0. But, these close games tend to happen a lot more frequently than the games that are further apart. So we'll see if this happens here on the map of Legacy. But as you can see on the screen, we are into the knife round, and that is what we like to call the snip round. You can see here it's going to be DYG just in the corner, and EA are going to attack, and they will win. They'll just take out the reigning folks sitting in the corner, able to take over that corner themselves. So Elevate be able to pick out which side they want to start on, which already, we'll see it. I think it probably, I'm going to guess they're going to start on the breach side, but if they want to start on the coalition side, then, maybe they'll just stick with that. Either way, I think Elevate are a strong team, obviously, as we know, and we'll see if it ends up being that 13-10 scoreline that is so popular, or 13-6, which is the second most popular, followed by actually 13-12. So the top 3 scorelines in all of the Circuit Season 3, 4, and Embers of Victory Season 2, 13-10, followed by 13-6, followed by 13-12. So usually it's a closer game than we think, but we'll get right into the game here. Warren, we both believe Elevate will be taking this one, but this is the Grand Finals North America Main Tournament number 1, Season 5. You can see all that information in the top right. And in chat, Let's see who you think's going to win this one. Is it Dynamic Gaming or Elevate? Elevate are going to start on the breach side, and this is Dynamic Gaming's pick, and let's see what pistol round has in store for us. You can see they're all going to be going over towards bar from Elevate's side, and it's going to be a quick confrontation here versus Clone. Clone is going to be alone and asking for backup as soon as he can. He's going to try and fall back as quickly as he can. He spots nades coming out, and as we mentioned before, the utility is going to be very crucial here, and you can see Elevate. They're already barging onto the bomb site. Good damage done here from Dynamic Gaming. This retake is not necessarily going as planned. The bomb has been planted, but Max around the smoke here. Andrew as well trying to get work done, but Pretzels answers back with 2. And now just down to Andrew and Ticey. It's going to be a 1 versus 2 now. Annoy versus Andrew, and Annoy wins it out, the double kill. A very, very hectic pistol round, and Elevate come out on top with the bomb plant as well. That's some extra cash. And Warren, I don't think I took a breath that entire time, but what a wild pistol round. They just went headfirst straight into that B bomb site.
That was a fast pistol round. It looks like Impact is planning to play fast again. He bought the M1887 even with all that money, but Isaac lagged out in breach spawn. Might slow this down a little bit. Here he is, leaving out of base. No, yeah, Impact's playing the lurk.
Ticey has bought out fully. Heavy armor, heavy helmet and Kevlar. And they're going to really try and do as much damage as they can. Isaac, drive-by kill with that AK. And, well, it's going to be really down to Ticey to do as much work as he can. That M4, as well as the armor, to be the linchpin of this defense. And there we go, already 1 kill, but down to 4 HP. And it looks unlikely. Maybe this was all in vain. And, yes, 1 kill is all they'll get for that. So, you can see here, Elevate, a nice clean 2-0 start on the breach side. And, well, this is looking good for them already. Another bomb plant, too. So, while Pretzels does get taken out and that money's down to 0, you can see Elevate have a good amount of money to spend.
Indeed, indeed. But now they've got the rifles on Legacy. They may be about to string some rounds together here at Dynamic Gaming.
We'll see. I think Elevate are going to take it slightly slower this round. You can see it's not pushing immediately. They're spreading out, doing defaults, classic. You can see Isaac sitting over towards bar, making sure no one pushes the glass area. It's just Max to play far back along with Clone, but mainly Elevate are huddled over towards mid and news. And Callow be playing over towards museum. I don't think we've seen Callow play that often. So we'll check him out and see how they managed to go by this time. Andrew finds a frag, and so does Clone. Now it's a 5 versus 3 already. The mid and B presence really shrunk down here for Elevate. And so now they'll go all the way over towards mid. The nades coming in quickly. Andrew binded here, but in the smoke, and I don't see him yet. They've taken 2 kills, though, but Callow down very low in impact as well, only at half HP. And now Ticey's going to try and do as much damage as he can possible, but it's a 2 versus 2 now. Clone on only 3 HP. Max is going to have to do a big proportion of the work here. Coming from behind, 0-2. Can he make that 2-2 with Impact? The only one alive now. Clone does find Isaac, and it is just Impact in the 1 versus 2. We'll have to pick up the bomb. Gonna have to make noise regardless, and he picks it up below him. And is he aware that they're possibly coming from behind? I don't think he is. And Clone will take him out from above. A very nice shot there as he comes out from the top area, the heaven area. And Dynamic Gaming, they answer back. 2 players staying alive as well, so maybe they can build up some money on the back end of that.
Impact with a U ratio this round. Breach-sided U ratio. Pretzels with no buy. Let's see what they do. They've given a different look every round so far. A wild spray through the doors. Doesn't catch any wallbang damage. Andrew, Ticey, both very patient. And Dynamic Gaming doesn't have awareness of this mid double door stack.
Yeah, the smoke's really blocking their vision, and Dynamic Gaming, they're really trying to make sure Elevate don't have any vision and trying to waste the time. I think that's Dynamic Gaming's best bet as well, and a good strategy to maintain on Legacy. The rotations are tough to come by, right? These bomb sites are far apart, and to cross safely from mid oftentimes is compromised, right? There's players walking up from news. So if Dynamic Game can keep Elevate out of the bomb sites for very long, well, then that allows them to really single out which bomb site they're going to come to, and it seems like they've understood that right now. The mission, protect B bomb site. You can see here there's Juice rotating already quickly over, and that smoke thrown out perfectly allows him to get some good damage there, but Juice finds 1 kill, Max finds 2, and in response, Juice as well. The double team from Max and Juice shut out Elevate, and now just left to Impact. 15 seconds left on the clock. There's not much he can be done here, and he's going to just try and save it. They're going to try and hunt him. They should try and hunt him now. As time is ticking out, if they kill him after time, he gets even less money. So he's going to try and find one shot. They're going to run him down here after time. Flashes go out, and now he's totally blind. Will they get him, though? They will get him after time. Tyc finds him, and Elevate then. No money, really. Maybe they'll go for a half buy, or if they force out, but still, they only have, you know, around 3,000 per person, even less. So it's going to be just a tie game now as Dynamic Gaming come alive.
Indeed, yeah, Dynamic looking to pull into the lead here, and I wonder, we've seen good looks from Elevate. It's only been 4 rounds, but I do wonder if Dynamic Gaming is about to put together 9 or 10 coalition-sided round victories. It can be so difficult.
Ooh.
Nice spray, Juice there with 3.
Yeah, and Clone, they're going to clean it up. So yeah, a very, very quick round there, Dynamic Gaming. Just trying to bolster their economy, and that's exactly what's happening here. You can see Andrew, 7,200, Tyc, 4,800, Max, 4,200. So yeah, their money, overall money from each team, 20,300 versus 4,900. So, and even lower now after their full buys are done. You can see here, Tyc, as we mentioned before, at the top of the scoreboard, Clone as well. Not maybe on track for that 38 bomb, but still contributing quite heavily here. And so we'll see Dynamic Gaming. Can they maintain this once they switch into the second half onto the breach side? Elevate looking to find around 3 here as Dynamic Gaming holds strong over towards mid. Same setup once again. Max and Clone over towards B. Andrew and Juice over towards mid, and Tyc holding strong over towards that actual A bomb site sitting on top of the rafters there. Let's see here. Nade's going to come out. Could do a lot of damage. Barely touches them, actually, but they're all past him. I don't know if they've heard or are aware, but yeah, Juice now knows he's going to find 1 kill. Can he do more damage? He's just trying to play cool here. His Clone finds another one, and Impact now the last alive over towards top. Has 100 HP, but really nothing else to work with, as all his teammates get slaughtered around. And yeah, that nade, he reveals his position. That smoke not going to protect him for very long as Juice takes him out. 4-2 as the first 2 rounds go for Elevate, and Dynamic Gaming 4 in a row for them now.
Yeah, that play read so well by Dynamic Gaming. They knew, and with these delays in Elevate's play and the late smokes coming out at the points of contact from Dynamic Gaming, it really makes these slow rounds very difficult for Elevate moving into a bomb site. There's Max.
Yeah, Dynamic Gaming, they've been good at holding their utility, and so they only use it really when necessary. And you can see here, they go off this intel, the nice flash to the smoke there from Juice. He knows that there's players around, but he will get caught off guard while throwing that utility. Armor broken from Max, and what can he do here? He finds not the kill actually on Impact. And so Elevate, they've breached into that B bomb site, and both players so far away to do any damage right now. This retake will be very tough, and Elevate, they strike back right as we spoke positively about Dynamic Gaming's utility usage, and well, this time it's not going to save them. It's just down to Andrew. Tyc falls at the hands of Kalos SG. And Andrew now getting tagged down. Surely they've heard him. Surely they know he's coming from glass. And surely he's going to back off. That's exactly what he does. Just trying to save that SG. He knows he has 135 armor, which is more than enough for him. So he will try and save that. That's worth quite a bit of cash. Has 2 grenades as well, and we'll just stay alive. Barely, actually. 13 health at the end of it. And Elevate they keep it close.
Indeed, yeah. That's 3 round wins on the breach side already. 2 coming from the pistol and the anti-eco, of course. Andrew's still got that SG. And he needed it. It's only $1,500.
I like the skins that they have, right? Some obviously have the circuit skins, but very colorful. It's a colorful matchup from all the teams. The gloves are colorful, skins are colorful, the nades are colorful, right? So lots of vibrancy on the screen. Ooh, nice gloves there from Ticey. And yeah, we'll see here what Elevate has in plan. They have in store for us, but it is a slow couple of rounds here. We haven't seen any explosive bursts right off the bat. Usually those come later on when Elevate decides to put a pin in where they actually want to attack. Nades flying out, you can see. Andrew wants to avoid the flashes, but eats a big one. And, well, he jumps out the smoke. What can he do here? We'll find some players, actually. Ticey takes down Annoy, but Kala will trade back in return. So a 4 versus 4 ensues here, and this is where the chaos starts happening. Ticey will get blinded and will get taken down. Isaac and Impact as well. Tag team up for another one, but Juice evens it up slightly. Juice, can he get another one? Yes, he can. The double kill now. He's down to 6 HP, but still, he's done his job. And Max and Juice now have to protect this A bomb site. The bomb, though, on the site without getting planted. And with only 24 seconds left, they're going to have to make a move here. Juice spots one out, but he gets killed by Impact. Takes him a while to spot him out, but will be the kill. And Max now could take down Isaac. And if so, that would leave Impact all alone. 10 seconds left. Max, will he run through the smoke and try to take down Isaac? No, he won't. The bomb will go down, but he will take down Isaac after the fact. And Impact, can he get him? Yes, he does. Max comes in for the double kill and takes down Elevate's hopes. 5-3 as he just runs through the smoke. He says, I don't care about that smoke grenade. I can go anywhere I want. That doesn't block me. And he knew Impact had a tough time looking down. He would have to cover every single entrance there. But well done by Max, the double kill to save Dynamic Gaming on that retake.
Yeah, great round by Max. That second kill was exceptional.
And 4 SGs, 1 AK now for Elevate. Full nades come out. We'll see Elevate. Do they push the agenda here over towards B? And yes, it looks like that Impact takes down Clone already. So that leaves only 1 defender over on the B side. It's going to have a pull from Andrew now. He takes down that mid player, but it is Juice trying to protect his way with Max. Will get taken out, but Juice is now in the site, ready to protect and serve this B bomb site. And now Juice will try and infiltrate through the smokes. He knows that he has to do something, but he will get taken down. Ticey, though, answers back, so it's a 2 versus 2. Bomb hasn't been planted yet, so Dynamic Gaming have a good chance of stopping it all. Andrew and Ticey are both very low, and this looks likely here for Elevate to win it out, but a nice headshot there. Impact, though, answers back. And a nice kill, nice headshots back and forth as Elevate keep it once again to a 1-round game. Dynamic Gaming low on money. Max somehow has 12K, so he could drop his teammates, but everyone else looking a little bit more dismal in their economic situation. So Elevate, they could tie it up very easily right here, and I might have been wrong wholly about this not close half. It might end up being a 6-6 half. Who knows? Dynamic Gaming now starting to posture a little bit. Juice, no armor, just that M4, so that aim punch will come into effect for Juice, but Max had so much money, so he's able to drop everyone else out. Very generous of him for his team.
Here we see Elevate. They've got some time to work with, but they look like they want to go for a doors push. Usually when they go for this door push, Andrew's going to get smoked and double flashed.
There we go. The
There's
smoke.
the smoke.
The flash. Where's the second one? There. Maybe he isn't the second one this time, but Andrew always tries to sit in the smoke. And can he get anything done this time? Yes, he'll find Callow, but he will get traded by Pretzels. That's happened many a time now, and Clone is so blind. So no damage done by Clone. Max now and Juice have to do all the work here. Max does find a kill scotch-free, but I think they're looking to retreat back now. Max does find Annoy, and so that's 2 players gone, but still, I think Dynamic Gaming look to let Elevate have the round, and it's a tie game. Juice and Max aren't even going to attempt this retake. Just trying to hold on to the weapons after that force buy. Max sacrificed all his money for his team. And so he wants to save what he can of it, salvage it. As Impact now is going to go on the hunt. Finds one play. That's Max taken out. His attempt at a save no longer worthy. And Isaac, they are sharks looking for blood. Isaac, can he find one? He spots one out, but no, it's going to be Juice to take him out, and he stays alive for 1 round longer. Elevate tied the game, and they could even take the lead going into the half. Still, the economic situation for Dynamic Gaming, not good at all. And Elevate could look to take the lead here on the breach side.
Here we see 2 FP6s, a P250, the very, very light buy, half buy for Dig. And they're going to stack the A bomb site with it.
On FP6, what can Andrew do with this menace of a weapon, right? We saw the shotguns did get buffed at close range, so he could do quite a bit of damage. And interesting to me, they haven't thought of this earlier. The shots from heaven, though, will slow down the push. And Andrew, is he aware of anyone to his right? Anyone going towards top? Ticey does get taken down, and Juice now will get absolutely obliterated from every angle. Yeah, the defense, no match for Elevate's push onto this A bomb site. Clone will take one down, but at the cost of, well, perhaps his life. And yes, Pretzels will take him out. Elevate, they take the lead on the breach side of Legacy. And Warren, maybe you're right. Maybe this is starting to become more of a breach-sided map here. Or it could just be Elevate absolutely dominating Dynamic Gaming. We'll have to see once the round ends and we switch halves. But still, Impact and Isaac doing so much work. Last time it was Hoodie, but Hoodie's not playing right now. It's Callow. And so, Juice, Ticey as well doing great, but Clone not necessarily stepping up to the plate. And it's a close game, 5-6 now. As we move into the last round of the half. Dynamic Gaming once again fully bought out for this last round, but do they have what it takes to stop Elevate's push?
Max had a good feeling with that smoke grenade, and this is really going to slow down the B push. Max, only at 7 hit points just through smoke spam, though.
Yeah, well, hopefully funnel them towards one place, but Elevate, they have a lot more utility than that of Dynamic Gaming, so if they decide to go for an execute, they can just flash and smoke everything. And they'll be able to take full control of the bomb sites. It's been very, very good for Elevate to hold on to the utility. And you can see there once again another smoke and another flash, and Andrew will go early this time ahead of the flash. Try something new, and Ticey now with the MP7 can't do anything though. Now just down to Clone. Does find one kill, and he knows that one is close as well, but will try and fall back from it. Still blinded here. Finally regaining vision. Annoy now will take him out. So Elevate, they take the lead going into this coalition side, and it's 7-5. This looks not the best here for Dynamic Gaming. They're going to have a tough time here if they're not able to pull off anything on their breach side.
Yeah, starting from a deficit on the breach side of Legacy, it does look headed towards a stomp for Elevate. A lot rides on this pistol round if Dynamic Gaming stays in the game, or if Elevate just takes advantage of the coalition side of Legacy and grabs 6 quick, somewhat easy rounds here.
Yeah, and Dynamic Gaming, I mean, they're playing already a different strategy than Elevate were. You can see Elevate just trying to play this retake right now. And Annoy is going to fall back. He's not going to let them take his life immediately, but they have swarmed over towards top. So a 5v5 retake here in the pistol round. We love seeing these. That means chaos is going to ensue very shortly. That flash slightly blinds Clone, and this is going to be a huge choke point crossfire. They do find 2 kills, though, for 1, and Annoy comes in, going to take down Ticey, and it is this retake successful here for Elevate. and they win the pistol round. Dynamic Gaming unable to convert even after that bomb plant, and they had such a strong top setup, but still, that post plant shred apart by that one flashbang. Clone had to face away, and it was a 2-for-1 trade there. So Elevate able to retake control of that heaven top area, and well, Dynamic Gaming now in the gutters as far as money goes. I don't think they're gonna buy out. Maybe just a couple upgraded pistols, but Elevate, they look likely to take this matchup.
Absolutely, absolutely. They're about to have 9 rounds.
It's all formalities at this point with the pistols. I mean, unless these MR96s return to their former glory and really find some damage, but Impact is really, he's doing the impact work here. 4 kills for him as he just lines them up and knocks them down, and he's trying to find anyone else. He cannot see anyone, so maybe he'll try and go for this ace, maybe? Yeah, I think they're trying to let him go for it. Pretzels goes in first. We'll find one, and Impact, can he get this ace? Can he do it? Yes, he can. The ace for Impact, 19-7. I mean, he was 14-7 before. That's absolutely incredible, but now 19-7. Elevate are just having a fun scrim right now is what it seems like on this Coalition side.
Yeah, and I've got to give MVP to Pretzels for that round, baiting for Impact so he could get that last kill on the ace. Good guy Pretzels running in front of the MR96.
That's what team camaraderie is all about, right? Putting yourself in the sacrifice so your teammate can get the ace. It's what matters on the eco round. So I like to see that. Elevate, they are just going all out with the utility early on in the round with over a minute and 20 left. They've expensed a good amount of nades over towards mid, so we'll see what comes of that, but they still have quite a bit of utility in their inventory. And their defense seems heavily A-centered, more so than Dynamic Gaming. Dynamic Gaming played a 2B setup, 1 mid and 2A. And it seems, or no, 2B, 2 mid, and 1A. In Elevate, they're playing a 3A, 2B. So they kind of just leave mid to be open. So a little bit of an interesting shift of a defense here. Pretzels does find Clone. That's over towards News. And this is going to be a B pincer. We haven't seen this very often. 2 mid, 2 over towards Glass. It's really going to be down to Isaac and Annoy. Hold down here. A perfectly timed smoke. And the flash as well. As they get a little bit antsy. 30 seconds left on the clock. Isaac is blinded and will get taken out. So Annoy now slips through the smoke. They might be distracted by him. He does take down Ticey, but he won't get Juice. And so now a 3 versus 3. As Callow does find Max. The bomb does get planted here, but Callow could come in from behind and get some damage done. But no, Andrew gets a double kill, swings back around, and just down to Impact. Now he does take down Juice, and Andrew's very low. So this is very likely that Impact could win this one out. If he finds a nade, he could throw that, and Andrew could be dead. But it's not looking likely here. He has to find Andrew. Will he get this spam on? Don't think he'll spot him just yet, and he does. Through the wall, that 3 HP allows Impact to clutch, and 10-5 now. Elevate only 3 rounds away from winning this first map that was Dynamic Gaming's pick. And yeah, Impact having such a good game right now. 21-7, a 3 KD in a grand finals. How often do you see a 3 KD in the grand finals? The answer is not very. 13-9 for Annoy, 11-9 for Isaac and Juice. Really trying his hardest, but I mean, his team just, the kills haven't been there as much compared to Elevate.
And again, Elevate spending some early utility, but still just because of finances, tremendous utility advantage over Dynamic Gaming. And Isaac just pushing up into the bar, taking tons of information, taking tons of space.
Yeah,
playing it like it's a stomp.
Yeah, Annoy is really going to rotate instantly because he knows that, I mean, his teammate's all the way over towards this area now, so he'll just watch over towards mid, and now they're just getting sandwiched. Isaac takes down Andrew, and Pretzels is pushed so far up aggressively. Clone can't even spot him just yet. And if they walk through here, well, it's going to be death there. Well, actually not for Clone, but Impact does trade him out. So 3 versus 2, and yeah, Elevate are playing like they're on the breach side right now. Just pushing aggressively, using their utility early on in the round. And Dynamic Gaming seeming a little bit scared here, not necessarily as decisive as they want to be. With all their teammates falling now, it's a 3 versus 2. And Annoy could be the one to stop it all. Sits over towards Statue 2, and well, yes, he will mow them down, a double kill. And Elevate, looking like the team we know him as, the stronghold of a team. And it's looking like Elevate will take this map number 1 in a 13 to maybe 5, maybe 6 fashion. 13 to 6 would make it once again, a very popular scoreline. So maybe Dynamic Gaming gets one more round here and tallies on to that popular scoreline.
Yeah, but Dig just in dire straits. You can see they can't afford utility sets. They've got Juice with no body armor.
Yeah, so far this is, I believe, 7 rounds now in a row here for Elevate. They won the last 4, and then 3 before that, I believe. So we'll see here. Isaac finds another one, and Impact has not died in quite a while. He is 21-7, 22-7 now, actually. They do get the bomb plant, so maybe some sort of action here as Elevate actually has to go in for this retake. It's a 2 versus 5, or 2 versus 4. And yeah, I think they'll concede this round. Impact wants to save maybe his hog. Finds Juice, actually. Does some damage. And Isaac is very low, but Impact has already found 2, actually. Can he find Clone? Yes, he finds 3 somehow. And now they are going for this retake. Does he know that Andrew's right above him? I don't think he's aware. Does he spot him out? Yes. Yes, Andrew finally takes down Impact, but now just down to Isaac. Can he take down Andrew? Yes, he can. Somehow the 2 versus 4 works out in Elevate's favor. And will he get this defuse? Yes, he will. Oh my goodness, at the last second, Elevate, they steal this round away. That should not have been a round there for Elevate. Dynamic Gaming crumble in the 2 versus 4. And Isaac only had 2 HP. What happened?
Yeah, I think Isaac went to save, and Impact had just so much money, so much confidence, playing so well. He went ahead and just killed 3 people. Said, hey,
Yeah,
I've almost
Isaac was
got
like,
this, and I know where the last guy is. Come clean it up.
Get that defuse, yeah. So Elevate just stomping over Dynamic Gaming right now. And yeah, we'll see. Can they do anything? Yes, Clone finally opens it up. That's one of the first times we've seen Dynamic Gaming get the first kill in this half. It's usually Elevate getting that first opener. We'll see here. Will this B defense hold up? It's really just Annoy right now. He does have a teammate in Pretzels coming over, but he is flashed, and well, they're moving in pretty slowly. Annoy could get some kills. Yes, it's Pretzels and Annoy to slow down this push. Ticey does find one. Smoke blocks his vision, and Pretzels now doing damage. Yes, he finds him now. Andrew, though, does find 2, and now it's a 1 versus 2. Can he take down Clone? It's a 1 versus 1. Impact versus Clone now. He knows Clone's has to be over towards Glass, and Impact takes him out, and he takes the victory here for Elevate. 13 to 5, as it is a destructive victory for Elevate. No rounds from Dynamic Gaming on their breach side. 13 to 5, and wow, yeah, that was a pretty one-sided game as Elevate stomp all over Dynamic Gaming. 27-8. That is disgusting. Elevate win 13 to 5 very easily, and Impact truly lives up to his name. We'll keep making that joke as long as we're alive. And we move on to Raid next. This could be a very, very quick 2-0, Warren. If we see a similar performance, this is Elevate's map pick next. And we haven't seen it very often before, but Elevate coming out today showing that they are very, very strong and that they have all the firepower needed. They said, yeah, maybe you did that reverse sweep last time, but we're not letting that happen again this time. Last time reverse sweep was very close, right? 13 to 12 first map, then again 13 to 12 the next map. This is a 13 to 5. This is a statement coming out here from Elevate saying, well, we know you have a lot of faith and hope, but it's not looking likely for Raid. So I am interested to see whether or not Dynamic Gaming will be able to come back on the map of Raid. Maybe the morale is a little bit shot here, but I'm sure they're talking internally saying, hey, we can do this. We can do this. But Elevate with the 1-0 lead already. They won 2-0 last time. They could do another 2-0 victory sweep and get us out of here very quickly, actually. But regardless, we'll be hearing from both of these teams in interviews right now. So enjoy these interviews from both of these teams.
Hello, my name is Mako, and I'm joined by Andrew from Team Dynamic Gaming. How are you doing, Andrew?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing great as well, thank you for asking. Um, well, without further ado, let's hop right into the first question. So, Andrew, what are you expecting from this final match in Season 5 and Main Tournament 1?
Well, going into this match, playing Elevate, we already know they are a very good team, and so we're hoping to get some positive results. And we're trying to practice for the next main tournament going forward. So overall, we're just trying to take this one as a practice game and just hope for some of the best results we can we can get.
As a practice game? That's pretty... Alright. Well, you said it, practice. My next question, actually, we can just sort of like bridge into it. So, how does your team practice? Like, do you guys do you guys like do any scrims, or you probably do scrims, but besides scrims, do you do any sort of like going into custom games and sort of trying out like different attacks or defenses, any kind of executions, any these sort of like positions for each teammate and this sort of stuff?
Yeah, exactly that actually. We go into games and we have kind of like team sessions where we'll either practice on like a bomb site execution or retakes or even utility. We'll practice those, and mainly we get kind of like that inspiration after reviewing these VODs and these game reviews and see what works and what doesn't. And that's usually where we that's how we're trying to practice. And I think mainly we've been trying to clear up our communication throughout each other or with each other over voice chat. It's sometimes it gets a bit choppy when we're discussing with each other. So we're trying to keep it clear and overall keep it clear and consistent.
All right. You mentioned that you watch like recordings or these past streams or something like this. So, do you like do you try to like pick out the best tactics that you notice that works? And then like if you see something, for example, the enemy team did to you guys that you didn't really have a clue during the game what to do against it, do you like try to mimic those tactics as well and sort of turn them towards your favor?
Actually, yeah, so when we were VOD reviewing, we try to pick some of these things that really work really well for us, and we'll keep note of these. And then also on the contrary, where we'll have things that don't work at all, and against some teams that, like you said, that just completely uh make us have to adapt, and we'll try to look into those a bit more. And with our practice sessions, we try to fix and just overcome those scenarios, just to try to keep for the best possible outcome in each
Interesting.
game.
That's very good to hear. I like that the teams are going sort of towards this more professional path and professional way of practicing. It's really good to see. Well, my next question is more of towards like or well, it's towards you, of course, but it's sort of towards these more casual, or maybe not casual, but players that are very good in the game but still not in that competitive scene yet. So, what would you say, or how would you guide a high skilled player that would want to play in the competitive scene but just cannot reach it? So, what would you say are the steps that you need to take as a good player to reach that competitive scene?
Yeah, so this question actually kind of fits in with myself. I've been playing the game since 2016, so I know the game inside and out. But recently, I say recently, it's probably about 2 years now. I'm coming up onto 2 years playing the game competitively, and this I what has helped me, I guess, is to just keep putting yourself out there. Keep trying new things. But when I say that, I notice sometimes that people will try one thing and then after one game notice it doesn't work, and then they'll instantly try to change it up. Whether it's they try a different team, and then if they lose a tournament, they'll instantly leave, and that's never a good situation. And that's one thing that I see with new players. They'll just they'll play in a tournament with the team, and if they lose, they'll just leave. So one thing I would say is to keep keep trying and stay with the team, commit, and most importantly, the one thing that's helped me as well is to keep a positive and clear mindset. A lot of this scene has come up toxic and just disrespectful towards others, and I think I stick out just to keep a clean and positive mindset to everybody, and I think that helps your team overall. Just boost the morale and stuff like that. Help them overall.
Oh, absolutely. Like this sportsmanship is very, very important. I would say.
Yes, I agree.
We're still sort of going towards that professionalism in Critical Ops esports, and the closer we get to that professionalism, the more important sportsmanship becomes. At least in my opinion, and it's
I
really,
completely agree.
it's really good to see and hear from players like you that you guys also agree with this kind of mentality and want to build up towards like healthier community and healthier scene. Well, the next question is also a bit similar to the last one. So, what would you say are the most important skills for a pro player? So let's say that we have the same player that we talked about earlier that is sort of trying to get towards that pro scene or pro player competitive scene. What would you say are the most important aspects of a skill set of a pro player, and something that those high skilled players should work on in order to get to that
Yeah.
competitive scene?
So, like I said, it's the mindset that's usually my main focus as a player. You just want to keep that clear mindset because that determines everything, your gameplay, your results, and stuff like that. And also another thing is dedication and motivation. You gotta be dedicated to put in the work, and you gotta stay motivated to to show that you want to be the best, or to show that you want to win and stuff like that. And that definitely shows with show kind of puts you in the spotlight in a way where it shows that you're different from other players.
Interesting, interesting. So yeah, your answer is sort of this like more of a mentality based thingy, right?
Yes, yes, I stay focused with my mentality. That's usually my big strength, and also at the same time my weaknesses at times.
That's very interesting. I wasn't expecting this sort of an answer for this question, to be honest. It's definitely important. I totally agree with you. Your mentality. Hello, my name is Mako, and I'm joined by Isaac, the team captain of Team Elevate. How are you doing, Isaac?
I'm amazing. Thank you, Mako. How are you?
Amazing. Thank you. I'm good as well. Thank you for asking. Um, well, without further ado, let's hop right into the first question. Now that you are amazing, so what are you expecting from this final matchup in season 5 of Circuit, and of course not a final match, but main tournament one final.
Yeah, I'm super excited to lead my team in this final matchup for Main One. I'm expecting a highly competitive match versus DYG. Two great teams, great leaders. Juice, shout out to Juice. I just know it's going to be a great game. It's going to be fun to watch for the fans.
Oh, absolutely. We are waiting for a blast of a game, of course, and I hope you guys can give us a good show. Well, about the match and the sort of professionalism behind it. So I want to know a bit more about how does your team practice for these like high skilled matchups or games.
Honestly, we do many scrims versus top teams, constantly practicing my in-game leading skills and communication to one another. Overall, improving our in-game team play.
Hmm. Um,
Yeah, so things like that. Also, we have some analysts helping us with utility usage. There's many lineups in competitive games like these.
Interesting. So do you have like a certain person in your team that like specifically analyzes like different games and the utility usage in them?
Yeah, we actually do. Shout out to Mantis Academy, the Pizza Man. Some may know. So yeah.
Interesting. That's very interesting. All right.
Yeah, also we have Vio. He's a little bit less known, but definitely up there.
All right. That's good to hear. I always like to hear when these pro teams are sort of taking the path towards more of like this professional feeling organization and professional like practicing and not only just scrimming and playing ranked but also like trying to figure out what they're doing wrong and trying to fix those problems and mistakes, and exactly like analyzing is a huge step towards that professionalism, and it's really nice to see that a lot of the teams are taking that step.
Definitely.
Well, my next question is sort of more towards not maybe a casual audience, but maybe towards that people who are still in ranked, high ranked sort of ladder, and they want to go towards competitive scene. So, how would you guide a high skilled player towards the competitive scene?
Honestly, guiding a highly skilled player can be difficult, just due to them being still in that rank mindset. Being a solo player, maybe because in rank, sometimes you can't trust your teammates all the time.
Hmm.
So there's many aspects of being a pro player. The way I'd guide them, it would definitely be a more basic approach. First off would be improving callouts, just to relay information faster, as well as teaching them better angles or crossfires with teammates for effective trades, and also utility usage.
Hmm. So you would say like the most important aspects of like getting towards that competitive mindset would be like focusing on team play, utility, and communication.
Definitely team play. Big one right there.
All right. Well, sort of in the same topic. So, what would you say are the most important skills for a pro player? I guess we sort of already dipped into this question, but if you only could say like skills that matter the most for a pro player, what would those be?
Yeah, I'll list them in order. Game sense is number one. Number two would have to be gun skill, and three would have to be positioning and winning clutches, because you can't really win a game if you don't have that clutcher. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Those big games.
Is that all of them? For some reason, I was waiting for a longer list because you said that you're gonna list them in in like
Oh
a
yeah,
order.
it's just it's like a broad, gun skill, game sense, and positioning.
Yeah. Well, all of those are definitely important aspects, as well as the ones that we talked about before, like communication, team play, and utility usage. Like all of these are very important, I would say.
Yeah, definitely.
Uh, well, Isaac, I have one more question for you, which is not COPS related. What would you do if one day you wake up and you would be the last human alive on the planet?
Well, first I would be very confused, but I definitely have to find a sustainable food source, and then find like a warm, maybe find some clothing, just to keep that comfort, because there's no one else with me. And
Mm-hmm.
then the moment I get food in my system, I'm hopping on COPS, And then when I realize there's no one to play with in any lobbies, I'm gonna hop in a bot match, and yeah, I'll just live my life playing C-Ops.
All right, I appreciate that answer, of course. Uh,
Yeah.
well, those were all of my questions for you today, Isaac. I want to thank you for doing this interview with us. It's really highly appreciated, and I think all of the viewers, or at least some of the viewers, will appreciate your insights for how to become a pro player. If you have anything you want to say to your team members or maybe your fans, now would be the time to do so.
Yeah. To all the teams playing in circuit, let's just remember to be respectful to one another and have fun with each other. Just in game, just be respectful. Also, subscribe to me, E8 Isaac, and thanks so much for having me.
All right. Yeah, exactly. I want to also approve of this message that let's be respectful towards each other on the server and otherwise as well. Well, Isaac, thank you for doing this interview. I really appreciate you coming here and talking about these things. And yeah, that's it. We're going back to the stream.
Welcome back, everybody. Glad you got a chance to listen to those interviews from both of those teams. And obviously, maybe it's a little bit of a different conversation now. Those interviews are recorded before the game. And, maybe it's a different thought, right? Because Elevate, they did stomp all over DYG on that last map of Legacy. And now we go into Raid, which will be a very interesting one. I think we've had lots of very fun matches here on Raid. But Warren, do you think we're going to see a 2-0, or do you think we're going to see, Dynamic Gaming take us to map number 3? I think you might be muted, Warren.
Mark, I think a 2-0, and thanks for pointing that out. The strength of that victory on Legacy by Elevate, they just, at least on the day, seem to be the far superior team, unless Dynamic Gaming is very seriously regrouped and is ready to come at Raid with some unique strats as well, because they're moving into Elevate's map pick. Raid is always fun. It's a much more chaotic map than Legacy, but I think we're looking at a 2-0. I think Elevate takes it.
I think so too. I think Elevate have been so strong already, and I don't think they're going to falter anytime soon. And remember, this is their map pick, so Raid will be an interesting one. We'll see what the knife round has entailed for us. Regardless, I think Elevate have a very strong breach side, obviously, on Raid. I think we'll see what it's like holding down that B bomb site on Raid. It's been a while since we've seen that, right? And it is tough. It is tough to hold B bomb site on Raid. So, I think actually on the Coalition side, Raid, it's probably a little bit tougher. It's more of a breach sided map, I would say. So we shall see. But the rotations on Raid are very interesting, obviously, with the tunnels area being one, and coming in from Coalition spawn and going all the way around through mid and connector and places like that. So it is a very fun map to play, but we'll see what kind of entails. I hope we see some wall bangs. That's some of the best part about Raid, is the fact that there's so many wall bangs, and you see some from Coalition spawn directly, and that's pretty fun. I don't think we see that often in other maps, but I hope we do see that today in Raid. There's a chance for that. The walls are pretty paper thin, so we'll see what goes on here. But regardless, I think Juice did well, Clone did well as well, but we'll have to see them just step up more. Impact having a 27-8 game. That's pretty brutal. When you see your opponent go that, dominating on you, it's just like it's not ideal. Not good for morale either way. But I'm sure if Impact has a similar game, we will be seeing another quick one. But So if we both think that the score, or if we both think that Elevate are going to win, what do you think the score is going to be? What is your prediction, Warren?
I think another 13-6. I think Elevate's going to
13-6?
come just as strong as before. I think Dynamic Gaming is good enough to win some rounds, but I think that Elevate is about to bring it.
Okay, I'm gonna go 13-8. I think it's Dynamic Game will probably have some sort of strats here, but it's not going to be enough to win the game. So 13-8 for me, 13-6 for Warren. And yeah, we'll once again do a little bit of an overview of the Critical Ops circuit, talk about the prize pool, and if you want to sign up, you can. We'll show a little graphic on the screen here. So, but once again, combined prize pool of $20,000. It's powered obviously by the people who make the game, Critical Force, right? Compact Esports and Mobile Esports, who are helping once again with the statistics that we always see and that we always mention, right? So I think it's pretty cool to see all these different areas come through. And if you want to sign up, you can click the link down in the description, and you'll be able to see here how to actually enter into the game. So it'll be very nice. And once again, Warren, do you want to walk us through this Zuvi clip contest?
Absolutely. We've got the Zuvi Clip contest coming back. There's a QR code on your screen. You can scan to download the Zuvi app on the Apple App Store or the Google Play Store. And a similar contest to in the past. All players participating in Circuit are free to submit their top clip, as well as every single viewer with separate cash prize pools of $200 and $130. So $330 up for grabs for submitting your favorite tournament clip on the Zuvi app.
A very, very nice app that we see here, and something. Okay, so now that we have to, buy some time, I think the players are getting a little bit ready. So we'll talk about some stats that Mobile Esports gave to us. It's interesting. Taking a look at the number of players within the actual esports scene themselves who play in the circuit or the other esports events that Critical Ops has, right? So the circuit season 3, season 4, and Embers of Victory season 2, the highest number of players, which region has the highest number of players, is Europe by a significant margin. Asia comes in second, then North America, then South America. But Europe is the hub and base. I mean, it makes sense, right? Critical Force is a Finnish company, so they're obviously going to have a little bit more affinity where you're based out of. But still, Europe is, by and large, the highest number of players for the esports scene, followed by Asia with a little over 200. I think Europe has nearly 400. Asia comes in second place with a little over 200. And then North America comes just shy under 200, and then South America is a little over 150. So that's the number of players with at least one match played throughout all of season 3, 4, as well as Embers of Victory season 2. So, we see Europe has a lot of players there, obviously going to be more fans. So North America, come on, let's get this a little bit up. Let's boost the amount of people playing in North America so we can get some more variety of people coming through. And I always hope that the esports scene continues to grow, but there's just the numbers for you. North America in second to last place here. What's going on, guys? Why don't we get some more players signing up here? I just want some more,
While we've got time before we enter the knife round, I got to introduce new to the stream, Blueberry.
Blueberry
Has been on my lap for the entire stream.
Oh my gosh.
So far. So she is loving Critical Ops.
Yeah, she's just vibing to it,
Yeah.
Blueberry, very nice cat. I know many of you have seen Warren's cats just walking around in the back in the past, so that's just Warren's cat guy, and that's part of his identity. I feel like it's a key part of your personality at this point. So, would you say so?
At this point, it is. Yeah, 4 cats now. It's more cats than many people have.
It's more cats than most people have kids, but cats are also easier to manage than kids, right? So,
indeed.
Yeah, but I think we're gonna get into this this knife round. I don't think you guys want to hear us talk about cats. I think you'd rather see the actual gameplay itself. So here we go into the knife round. I don't know which team is which. It doesn't say on the top, but we'll figure it out once we actually see the teams themselves. And yeah, they're gonna go over towards mid, and the knife round, like always, is fun. So you can see here, yes, it is going to be that of E8 actually on the breach side. And the DYG are going to be on the coalition side, and it's going to be DYG to win it out. So DYG take this knife round. They are the ones that will win. And I honestly think they're going to start on the coalition side. Just my prediction, but we'll see if they actually end up staying there. I like personally to play the tougher side. You know, if I were playing it, I would like to play the tougher side first and then have a little bit more of an easier side going into the second half. But you know, it's the different people. Maybe they warm up a little bit differently, so maybe they want to play the easier side first for them. But we'll see here. Dynamic Gaming, they are able to pick their side, and now here we go. We have started the round. This is the pistol round. Dynamic Gaming on the breach side, and yeah, I was slightly right there. We'll see here. Elevate on the Coalition side, Dynamic Gaming on the breach side, and it's going to be heavy armor here for Elevate. Almost all their players have that armor. Heavy armor too, and well, Dynamic Gaming, they're going to be playing on the B site very quickly, very freely. So to Elevate, having to go for this retake, it's a B bomb plant. They stacked over towards A, and no one was home. So Isaac now spotting one out over towards mid, getting his teammates to come on over, and well, the bomb's ticking down slowly and surely. And this means that they're going to have a tough time. Elevate have a huge crossfire to take out here. Max is just not there at all. And now it's going to be a 3-4 okay, all... wow. All right then. Elevate, they take out the post plant with 0 resistance. Not a single player from Elevate dies. Dynamic Gaming had nothing going for them in that post plant. So it was tough that Max just wasn't there. Like, literally just didn't react. So I think Max was just not at his device. But unfortunate. And so we'll see here. Elevate, they win out the pistol round, even though it's a retake. Full-on retake. And Dynamic Gaming, a little bit lackluster on their second round bye.
Absolutely. That pistol round, that side retake, it's just like you said, Max just didn't react at all. It doesn't bode well for the rest of the map.
He is here this time, though, but won't get that kill. And Annoy using that M4. Clone, though, does take one down, so it is 3 players taken out here for the side of Dynamic Gaming. And actually another one down, so Clone doing tremendous amount of damage now with that shotgun. And somehow Juice actually takes one down. Now down to Clone. Can he do this one right now? Isaac, 1 versus a Clone. Clone is just in the smoke right now. Has that FP6 and will opt to walk a little bit further away. This is strange. They swapped places now. And Isaac now will go for this hold. Clone, though, doesn't buy it. Clone doesn't buy it at all. And now Isaac has to go for this hold. Will he find Clone? Yes, he will. And I think Isaac will still have time after everything. Perhaps? Yes, he does. Barely. Barely has time. And that was perfectly played by Clone, but just nothing that he could have done there as Isaac just gets him at the perfect time there, Clone. Maybe counting down, maybe miscounted, but Elevate. By the skin of their teeth, they get round number 2.
Absolutely. And here should be our bye for Dynamic Gaming. On the breach-sided map. Could get a first win. Now they've got, I love this M1887. Didn't work this time, but just rushing vents with the M1887 is the most fun thing you can do in this game, I think.
Yeah, Pretzel's taken out pretty low, too. Down to around half HP and a good chunk of that armor gone as well, so we'll see how it bodes well. But Max actually gets to kill the impact, so it evens it up slightly. A 4 versus 4. That's Dynamic Gaming now try and make inroads onto this bomb site. Just missing his head barely. Annoy tucks himself down and stays alive, but the bomb now will be headed over towards B. And it is Isaac all alone here on the site. I'm sure he'll hear these nades getting pumped, so throws that nade down below, and Pretzels now will come in for this rotate. He sees a flashbang. Isaac will take down Max, and the defense holds strong here as E8, Isaac, and Callow tag team for 3 total kills, and now Juice coming in from Coalition spawn. Still only 40 seconds left. What can he do? All alone now as Pretzels runs past, actually. Don't think he spotted him, but Callow now has eyes. I'm sure he spotted out. No, moves at the wrong moment. It's good. All be about timing right now. Nope. Pretzels does get taken out, and Juice will flash him out. We'll get another kill as well, but Annoy stops him before he has any more damage to Elevate. And so Elevate 3-0 now on their map pick. A strong start for them, and Dynamic Gaming, they have to get a couple rounds on the board here. They have to.
Absolutely. They've got the rifles now. There's no shotguns. There's no shotgun rushes. See, the last round they tried to fake towards the A. The movement towards B wasn't slow enough, wasn't fast enough off that fake to prevent rotates. And here they're moving towards B again from two positions. No faking.
Yeah, they're just slowing them down. And Isaac has gotten 2 kills. Andrew finally takes down Isaac, but Impact still all around the site. Juice and Andrew, though, they will go for the bomb plant in that flash. Maybe some entry on into the bomb site. It's a 3 versus 3 now. Somehow Pretzels comes in and just knocks him down. And they could just smoke off Heaven, which they do, yeah. And Hanoi will take him down anyways. Elevate's retakes have been so on point, so together.
Bomb has been defused.
And 4-0 now. It's just not cohesive for Dynamic Gaming in the post plants.
Absolutely. Absolutely. These retakes have just been flawless. They've been fast. They've been confident. Good on Dynamic Gaming getting the plants, but this is a very breach-sided map. They should be getting plants, and they need to start converting them into rounds. It's a heavy stack towards B again. And it feels very, very puggy. Very much like
really
a public
does.
game. A Heaven camp.
Max trying to catch Impact off guard, but Impact throws that smoke. Doesn't really do much. Doesn't block off the whole entryway. But if he gets the peek at the right time, he will spot him out. He spots at least one. He knows that there's going to be flashes coming through. And now they double team up over towards spawn, knowing there's going to be a lot of players coming out. And oh, Ticey could do huge amount of damage here if he catches them at the right moment. He will take down Callow. And actually, Dynamic Gaming, they found their entrance. 3 kills. 3 members of Elevate fall. And they had no one watching their B long. Huge mistake from Elevate's side. And this is going to allow Dynamic Gaming to capitalize and find their first round potentially. Unless they can come in for this huge retake. But it's unlikely now. Annoyed taken out. This would have to be the 1v5 ace clutch for Impact. And I don't think it's likely. He spots one gun out already. Right there. But he knows Ticey won't be making any huge mistakes anytime soon. And he knows Clone takes him out. But flashes again. He actually flashes himself. Unluckily. And Juice will take him out. So the first round here for Dynamic Gaming. Off of the back of 3 quick kills. Taking down Elevate's defense.
Yeah, great round for Dynamic Gaming. Finally getting on the board. It's early in the game still. So it's 1 out of 5. They can start stringing them together. Elevate's still looking very strong, but yeah, that great pincer moving in from B long. Those 3 kills happened in such quick succession. Oh, and here's an A hit. An early flash. But again, Dynamic just not moving too quickly off of their own utility.
Yeah, and even with Elevate having not very much weaponry on their side, they'll still be able to stay alive. Annoy finds 1, actually 2, through the smoke. And that's this retake already on for it. You can see Max, though, does get a kill. And they're just going to be running through. Ticey does take them down, and now it seems his defense is neutralized. Isaac now just sitting behind the smoke. And yes, Dynamic Gaming, they will stay alive. But it did look scary with Annoy getting those 2 kills through the smoke.
Scary indeed, but that sight hold was a lot stronger. And now we do see Elevate. You know, they've got 1 FP6 there on Impact. They have slowed down Elevate's economy. They're not against the full buy. They're not against full utility. There's only 3 smokes on the side of Elevate, so when Dynamic Gaming does choose to make a move, there shouldn't be much to stop them. Ticey already pushed up B long, along with Clone. Uncontested. But Callow just takes out Ticey as soon as he moves towards the B site. And Pretzels is about to shoot Clone in the side.
Oh.
No, Clone grabs a double.
Timing. Yeah, the timing is unfortunate for Pretzel, so Clone opens it up. Still full HP and armor. Could open up this B bomb site, but no, it's all decoy. The actual bomb with 3 members are headed over towards A right now. And Impact the only person right now to stop anything if possible. Does get good damage onto Andrew or onto Juice, but won't get that kill just yet. And Annoy now sitting behind the smoke. Andrew could be ready and waiting for him. Holding this angle. Who's going to win this fight right now? Oh, walks right past him somehow. They walk past each other. They're not aware of each other. They're right next to each other. They don't see each other. What is happening? What just happened? Okay. Andrew spots Annoy finally, but they walked past each other in the smoke and they didn't see each other. Now Dynamic Gaming coming alive. 3 rounds in a row here. And I think that finally has reset Elevate's economy.
Yeah, Pretzels is not going to have a gun this round. Impact again on the FP6. He does buy up the heavy armor, but there's 3 pistols here, and Dynamic Gaming really needs to tie it up off of this round.
Yeah, Annoy will go for this peek. He spots one out, but he luckily doesn't take any damage, so we'll survive with everything. But Clone takes out Callus, so an opening here for Dynamic Gaming. As they try and spot anything out, Isaac, a few pot shots, but can't hit anything. So Dynamic Gaming will group up over towards this A bomb site and will make it safe for themselves as they smoke off over towards that spawn area. Andrew been spotted out here, and now Annoy will try and do what he can, but just avoiding the nades is already a tough task. And Impact does find one, actually, from the ramp area, so this retake could be on. It's a 2 versus 3, or 3 versus 4. Isaac will get flashed. Annoy taken out as well. Impact spots out Juice. Does get 1 kill, but it is down to just Impact now, and he's going to fall back away. Hasn't been the star-studded player that we've seen from last game yet. And Dynamic Gaming will tie it up 4-4 as Impact just tries to run for his life and hopes that they don't go for the hunting.
Yeah, great moves here from Dynamic Gaming. Bringing us back into a tie, where they should be on the breach side of Raid.
Yeah,
But
money looking
showing
strong
great
here for Dynamic Gaming too.
mental fortitude. You know, they could have fallen apart after Legacy and after the way this map began. But they're looking strong, they're looking confident. Here the default setup changes a bit. Only 2 players defending B. One of them in vents. So Isaac going to be alone on the B bomb site if this hit comes soon. Now he's got
Always
reinforcements.
ready. Yep, Ticey. We'll throw that flash down, and Isaac, that nade could do some damage. Actually, really avoids him for the most part, but they have reinforcements here. 3 players already on the B bomb site. And Isaac and Pretzels, they tag team up, but Annoy now has to do most of this damage, has to save his team, as that nade does huge damage, actually. And Impact will find another one. That nade could take down Juice. Oh, another nade as well. Juice just feeling these bombs to his face. And now they'll fall back just slightly, but he might also go over towards A. Impact now. Trying to slowly move his way on over. Picks up all the nades. With 45 seconds left, Juice opts to stay over towards B, but he knows Annoy is still there. An Impact will rotate all the way over towards A if he hears anything. But really, it's just down to Annoy right now. It's going to be the 1 versus 1 against Juice, as he does make his way on into this B bomb site. Who will get the first stab at this one? Annoy moves off the angle. Juice now. Think he's heard him. Yep, and now for sure he's confirmed. Juice is on this B bomb site. Annoy now will just run on through. Can he get this kill onto Juice? Yes, he can. And Annoy will get this defuse for his team. Doesn't have to wait for his teammate. And luckily, we'll get that round. Impact all the way on the other side of the map. That would have been a tough retake with that low HP, but Elevate, they reclaim the lead now.
Annoy at the top of the scoreboard, tied with Isaac with 9 kills. Andrew with 8. It's a close game, and it's a close kill spread for both teams. Highest kills 9, lowest kills 4. Everyone contributing from all sides. No standouts, no strong hero play, no aces, no multi-kills, a lot of trades. We see Juice by himself towards the A bomb site. We haven't seen that since an earlier round where he delivered a very convincing fake that
He's got his teammate to
didn't play
support
off of.
Andrew. Right. But we'll see. They dropped the bomb over towards the outside of A. So see if they get anything done here. Isaac spots one out, and Impact has already taken down Andrew. So Max now. See what he can do. Clone answers back. Pretzel's out of the round. And now Elevate. Trying to go in for this retake, perhaps. It's Isaac on the other side of the smoke. Doesn't want to make a move just yet. Clone is watching and waiting. So is Isaac. And Impact now could take down Ticey. No, Ticey's going to pre-fire it. And now Clone will take down Isaac. No. Ticey versus Annoy. And Annoy comes on top. So it's a 2 versus 2 now as Annoy eats another nade to the face. And those nades do perfect damage here as Dynamic Gaming make their way out into this A bomb site. Bomb will get planted. So money there for Dynamic Gaming. The flash as well slows down Isaac. But will Isaac even go for this retake? It seems unlikely. Smoked out. He knows that one's watching him at least. But he will inch closer towards the bomb site. That's Max right there. He spots one out. Yeah, Juice, but no reaction from him. So Juice will take him out and back to a tie game. Here we go. Moving into the penultimate round of this half. We'll see what can Elevate pull out. Dynamic Gaming, will they take the lead the first time here?
We'll have to see. Both teams should have strong economies for both remaining rounds in the half. There's plenty of gold to go around, dollars to go around at this point. Currency units. And look at this, pushing towards mid. Again, this worked great last round, and it's not the same play. There's only one player in mid instead of two. And if Annoy finds a timing, he could shut this down, but he also might get killed while he's flashed here.
Ticey and Max, they open up for one apiece. Annoy finds one, but Impact, can he shoot through that barrel? He is blind himself. And a 3 versus 4, Elevate have to hold on to this bomb site unless the bomb is rotating out, which it is. Going all the way back over towards B, it seems, and they're trying to get away. Powell does find Ticey, and this push from behind is keeping Elevate on this bomb site right now. Very smart play here from Dynamic Gaming to sacrifice Andrew all the way over towards spawn, and now they realize the hit's actually coming over towards B. Juice drops that bomb, wants to maintain his position over towards top, and now Elevate realize they've been duped. The bomb will get planted on the B bomb site, as it is a 2 versus 3 retake, but Juice is slow. So we'll see what can be done here. It is Max on the bomb site. 2 players up over towards heaven. Max will get taken out there by Callow. And are they aware that both players are up top? I don't think they are. We'll go for this smoke grenade. Oh, but the smoke doesn't block him off perfectly. It does, but not necessarily. Isaac, we'll have to just go for this tap now. They're not going to wait for him. They does take down Juice, but no more time here as Dynamic Gaming. They take this round with the bomb detonation, and Andrew stays alive. So very well played by Dynamic Gaming as they rotate out from A all the way over towards B. They realized they had the attention of Elevate, and they just kept it for a little bit longer, long enough for that bomb to rotate out and get the bomb plant on B. And they take the lead for the first time this half, too.
Yeah, for the first time in the series, I believe. Here's the final round of the half. And it looks like Pretzels, maybe away from his device, stuck there in Coalition spawn. Impact pushing out far through vents.
Oh yeah, he could
Does
get
find
two
a
kills here.
great
He
timing.
does. Very, very nice for his team as finally Pretzels is back. And so this could be an even scoreline half, 6-6, as it is a 5 versus 3. All down to the 3 players at Dynamic Gaming, and they're all across the map from each other. None of them are together. One over towards B long, one over towards mid, one over towards A long. And the bomb now sits alone. It's going to be Juice to pick it up, but his teammate Andrew is all the way over towards the A side, and he gets taken down too. So now Juice, a 1 versus 5 in a dire situation. He knows it's unlikely too. He says, well, I'll try my best, but against a team like Elevate, a 1v5 is unlikely. They don't tend to make that many mistakes. As many have said, a 1v5 only happens when the enemies have made so many crucial errors to allow for 5 deaths from one person. And yep, Isaac keeps everyone on Elevate alive. 6-6, an even scoreline as we move into the half switch. Elevate now. On the breach side, Dynamic Gaming will defend against Elevate's attacks.
And our last pistol round was an undefended rush onto the A bomb site, followed by a flawless retake of... Oh, make that the B bomb site.
Yeah.
Undefended rush onto the B bomb site, and a flawless retake of it.
Well, this time it's not undefended, but it is a rush on the B bomb site nonetheless, and so they're all going very, very quickly here onto this B bomb site. They've taken mass control of it, and they will get the bomb all flood down onto this B bomb site. They're somehow still on A. Dynamic Gaming finally realizing it's once again a remake of the last pistol round. So both teams using the exact same strat. 4 players, or 3 players at least, coming from Tons. 1 from B long, 1 coming in from mid. And Tycee actually takes down Annoy through the box. Very smart play there. Isaac, though, does take down Clone in that flash. We'll slow them down just a slight bit there. Pretzels will get taken out. So does Isaac. So it's a 2 versus 3 now. 1 versus 3 impact. Can he get anything done here? He has to get that last kill, but he won't. That defuse comes in perfectly. And DYG, they are on the board here for the pistol round, and they win it out.
Absolutely. Great retake. Good clean stick by Juice. He knew he had 2 teammates. Even if he did get shot during that defuse, as long as it was traded, there was time left for another teammate to defuse the bomb. And here, with the plant money, Elevate decides to buy rifles, neglecting armor and headgear for both Kahlo and Pretzels. They're moving fast towards this A bomb site. Max finds
Pretzels.
1 kill, but only 1.
Okay, Andrew now realizes he's up against quite a bit of weaponry, but Annoy finally takes him out, and Clone is very quick on the flank. I'm sure Annoy's hurt him, and yes, he gets 2 kills with his AK. It's a 2 versus 4 now. This retake going to be very tough as Tycee as well. Annoy on fire right now, and I'm sure they've seen the last player Juice. Can Annoy get this 4K? He's going to flash out, but they're going to rush after him. He knows. He even flashed himself off, and Annoy gets the 4K. Very, very nicely done. An immediate response from Elevate, and they go aggressive. They say, we're not giving you any respect. We want to close this out as quickly as possible. We got places to be. Don't keep us away from them. So, Elevate, answer back lightning quick.
Yeah, armorless AKs after losing the pistol round is an interesting decision. It paid off.
It works
for them.
out.
It paid off very well.
Yeah.
Andrew with that FP6 certainly wasn't prepared to face AKs.
Now Juice up close over towards B long, but he has a deagle. Could do some damage, but that recoil is pretty high off the spam, so we'll see here what Elevate can do. Annoy does find 1, and they realize the hit is over towards B, but even with this flank from Andrew, might be too little too late. Pretzels tries to go for that spam onto Tycee. I don't think they've killed him just yet, but it is hectic from both of these sides. Now just down to Andrew. He will pick up that AK. I don't know if they've hurt him or not, but impact now. Now they'll hear his reload, so they know exactly where he is. And it's going to be tough for Andrew. No armor, the AK versus 3 armored opponents with AKs. And yeah, he doesn't even get a chance to do anything. Isaac comes in from behind. Elevate take back the lead. Once again, 5 rounds away from winning this first main tournament, #1.
Absolutely. We've got proper rifles for Dynamic Gaming now. 11 kills, 10 kills. Annoy has stepped into a significant lead on that board with 18 kills to his own name. And Pretzel's down at the bottom with 5. Maybe having some lag issues. Juice went with the U ratio. He's taking it to B long, and U ratio can't help against this A rush.
Andrew done so much damage, and the smokes just deny everything from them. Callow finds 1 kill on the other side of the map, but when he's questioning how did his team all die, I'll try to run through the smoke with no flashbang cover. So that was their demise. And now you can see Callow here all alone. They've surely heard him at this point. They know exactly where he's coming from. And yeah, Clone out running through. We'll take him out. If he could get anything else here, I'd be very impressed, but it's unlikely here as Max shuts him out. And once again, back to even. Dynamic Gaming not giving up so quick.
Yeah, Dynamic Gaming looking to play this close as they can, take us to a map 3 after losing quite badly on Legacy. Saying Raid might be your map pick. We're not afraid of you on it. Now it looks like Pretzels, again, a little bit slow out the gate. Maybe having lag issues. He's only got 5 kills on the map. Strong mid play this time. Clone very ready for it, though, if they push through mid towards Coalition spawn. Looks like they slow it down.
Yeah, and interesting that Callow doesn't have much. With $7,800, just a P250. So, interesting plays here. Elevate. We'll try and go for something here. Isaac does find Andrew taken out. So, Ticey does take down Impact, who is not at all looking over towards the actual bomb site itself. And now the bomb will make its way over towards A. They know they have this A bomb site secure. That smoke goes out. Nade. Maybe trying to reduce any possibility of a plant, but the bomb will go down here as Callow does go for this bomb plant. They have his back covered and his front covered. Nade. Blows him out. Yeah, now they do. We'll take down Callow, who did have that armor, but it seems like this post plant might be actually falling apart slightly. Pretzels, they know he's on site, and they know Annoy Potts is coming in from behind them. And so Annoy now has to pull off this 1 versus 2, 1 versus 3. Can he do it now? Picks up the AK, picks up the SG's Juice now, as Annoy sits inside the smoke. Is he aware? He just has to play time. Juice has no clue where Annoy is gone, and now he spots him out, and Juice will take him out. I think he will have time for this defuse, more than enough. And very well played there by Juice. Drops the sniper and picks up the SG. And, well, Annoy tried his best, but he couldn't stay alive for as long as he needed to. So Juice will get that defuse. And this is a tight game.
Yeah, and after 3 rounds with the U ratio, Juice decides to stick with a rifle that he found on the ground. Blow out the gate as they swap guns around. Here we see different movement from Elevate. Still ending up with a couple players stacked in mid, meeting no resistance. Clone defending mid from very far back, from Coalition spawn. So Elevate not being extremely passive with how far back Dynamic Gaming is playing. They're not finding contact at some of their expected points off this default. Looks like Juice may have a feeling about a B bomb site hit as Max rotates towards B long.
Yeah, Ticey's on the bomb site too, so he's going to have a lot of work to do. This is a one and done position, as we all know. You usually don't survive after 1 or 2 kills from here, but that's all really he needs. He does have his teammates ready. And Juice in a nice off angle. If they peek out over towards B long, they'll have to flick up, and it's unlikely they'll spot him immediately. You will have the easy pick on 1, but no. They double peek him smartly. And now the bomb will make its way on towards A. This is such a smart play here from Elevate. Bomb. Now trapped. And Clone now, actually, will get that kill. But Isaac will make his way onto the bomb site. He spots one out. The nade, not necessarily actually safe just yet, as Isaac could be shooting Ticey from behind. No, Andrew shuts him out. And so Ticey and Andrew now. Andrew with 9 HP. Looking like a tough retake for him. And Kala won't allow that. He survives with 2. But a very hectic round there. Elevate took advantage of that B bomb site kill. And rotated back to A. Using Dynamic Gaming's own strat against them.
Noi moving further to the top of the scoreboard with 21 kills now. Andrew stepping up a bit for Dynamic Gaming with 16.
The thing is, there's lots of assists from Impact, Cal, and Pretzels. 4, 3, and 4. So just because they have less kills doesn't mean they're not making a difference for their team. Same with Dynamic Gaming. Lots of assists for all the players on Dynamic Gaming. And Elevate could be taking a 1-round lead here. That's just XDs all across the board here for DYG. As Andrew will get taken out. They could be getting flanked soon here, Impact, if they don't move quickly. Spots out the feet. Yep, Juice will get taken out. Max now, most likely to get spammed down. And, yep, Clone now, the last player alive. Might be able to sneak 1 kill from behind, but they are looking to go into this bomb site quickly and get the bomb down.
Yeah, Clone was able to move all the way through Breach Spawn. And he's even able to take Heaven and find himself a rifle. But still, in a 1 versus 4. Hopefully he can pick up a kill or 2.
Yeah, they know exactly where he is now, and you're going to have a lot of bullets flying at him as he tries to escape, if he can at all. Nice little reload animation, but it might be all for nothing as Impact swings through and gives him lead to the face. Elevate 3 rounds away from taking away this first main tournament of Season 5.
Absolutely back in the lead. Got to win future rounds against rifles again. No utility to speak of for Dynamic Gaming. Again, Clone playing very far back. This time fast, fast, fast. Towards Heaven, at least.
Oh, Impact already opens up against Andrew. See the flash is coming out. This Juice tries to defend. But it is Max actually take down Pretzels, and this Tunnels push is slowed down. Annoy, though, and he's back with 2 on his own. And the bomb could make its way onto the site. Yes, it does. We'll get the plant, and Annoy and Isaac tag team down. A very, very nice play there from Elevate. It looked a little bit dire after the 2 kills from Tunnels, but they recovered swiftly, taking down that B defense.
Yeah, that one came down to gunfire there in the end. In the 2 versus 2. Isaac just with some good shooting. Now Dynamic really struggling. A rifle, a shotgun, a deagle. The heavy stack outside of A. Going to be very, very little resistance. The rotations are coming through, but Clone has already gone down.
Yeah, and this is for match point here. You can see Isaac is just having a fun time here. I mean, they're sitting in the smokes, but doesn't look like there's much they can do here. Juice. And Andrew somehow finds a kill. Juice gets a knife. I don't know how this is happening, but Andrew, the last player standing with an SG. And that's it. 1 round away for Elevate for them to secure another main tournament victory.
Yeah, well played here by Dynamic Gaming. Getting into the game, surpassing, I believe, both of our predictions already. I thought they might take 6 rounds. You thought they might take 8. Here, Clone on the U ratio rather than Juice. Defending mid more aggressively than he has in previous rounds, but falling back towards B long and Elevate so far back. Still no contact, plenty of utility out. And Elevate really moving across the map as they wait to make a decision.
Doing a backpacking trip, it seems. Clone, nice flick onto Isaac, and, well, DYG might not be done just yet. We'll see here. What can they do? They're going to flash out Clone. obviously spotted him, but he's able to find protection, and that nade, oh, does good damage. Noi is actually blind as well, and Impact finds one, but it's a 3 versus 4. They're gonna have to drop onto this B bomb site, which they do. They will get the bomb plant, but it's not 100% safe, and this is an advantage here for Dynamic Gaming on this retake. Also here, Pretzels does find Kaisi, and Max takes down Pretzels though, so they have no players actually on the bomb site itself. If they keep smoking off that heaven area, then they'll have full control. And actually, no, Callow did drop down. Callow now, the last player. No, Max has to take him out, and he does. And it's a 1 versus 1. Impact versus Max. Goes for the flash. Impact will drop down. Yes, he will. And he'll get the kill and win it somehow. Elevate. They win it 2-0 and 13-9 victory here. It is another win for Elevate. They'll take the map victory and the tournament on their backs. Main tournament number 1 goes the way of Elevate, a 2-0 sweep. The second game not as dominant as the first, but it did come down to a victory regardless. And Annoy having a lights out game. Impact as well having a lights out game in the past. The top 2 fraggers from both of the maps on Elevate both had 27 kills. And Elevate are your main tournament number 1 champions for North America Circuit Season 5. Congrats to Elevate. Congrats to Dynamic Gaming for making it this far, but we predicted Elevate would have a nice, easy win. And Elevate, they showed it today. They showed they are the champions and how strong they are throughout the actual history of Kerklops. Once again, we have a giveaway. Post your player ID in the live chat as well. So if you want to be able to win some cases, you can put your ID in the chat, and then we'll be able to, run a giveaway for you. So very nice there. And once again, quick shout out to the sponsors, Critical Force, Compact Esports, Mobile Esports. Thank you everyone behind the scenes, as well as you, Warren, and the teams themselves, the players, and everyone who's running it all and making it happen, the fans, obviously. And Warren, would you like to say anything before we head off?
Congratulations to Elevate. Well played to Dynamic Gaming. Thanks, everybody, for watching finals of main tournament number 1. And can't wait to see you for main tournament number 2 coming up.
We'll see you next time. Thank you once again, and enjoy the rest of your day, morning, or evening. Take care.